So I'm not listening to that time, so doesn't make any difference. Anyway, Parkinson's resources are something that I have learned over the last 8 years of working with the Brevard Parkinson's Alliance. And we are very fortunate here in Brevard County to have as much as we do because of the people in our community that care so much about people with Parkinson's. So first I want to tell you a little bit about the Parkinson's Alliance. We started in 2016 as a support group at the Fountains. And over the years, the groups grew and the need in the community grew. So they knew they had to expand. So they became a 501c3, which made us a nonprofit, and to help people in the community. And our mission is to serve those challenged with Parkinson's disease, their caregivers, and their families. And that is something we still do. I reach out to the families as needed, and some of your children do contact me, even though you might not know it, to try to help mom and dad, because they're living out of state. Mom and dad are here, and they need help. So I'm always there to lend a hand. We are guided by the Alliance Board of Advisors. So these are people that have Parkinson's, that are care partners, and associated professionals. And you'll see everybody that has a gray shirt in this room is part of the Parkinson's Alliance. And so they are committed to helping you as a group. We do education and awareness is one of our key focuses. Do you know that there are over 5,000 people in Brevard County with Parkinson's disease? Now, that's an old number. We know that the number has gone up over the years because just like Dr. Rodriguez said, every 6 seconds someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So, we're trying to reach out to all the people in the community. We can't do it alone. Look how many people we reached out to today, which is wonderful. But we need to get our name out there a lot more. So I'm hoping that you will help spread the word about the Alliance and what we can do to help. We have a lot of support groups, 6 support groups. I think there's even a couple more that have popped up. We have rock steady boxing programs, give a hand. When I was the director at one senior place, I brought Rock Steady Boxing from Orlando to talk to my support group. And there were a few people in that support group that took the bull by the horns, and they started the Rock Steady Boxing here in Brevard County. It was in Merritt Island at that point. And from there, the Alliance paid for people to get trained, become certified in Rock Steady Boxing, and open up their own programs. So we are very fortunate to the programs that we have here in our community. And I hope you're all taking advantage of those. We also have Parkinson's Wellness Recovery, which is POWER. They are certified PTs that can teach exercise from head to toe. You can learn to fall gracefully. I mean, who has fallen gracefully lately? Anyone? No. And you learn how to get up without any trouble. So we have that. We have Dance for Parkinson's. So if you like to do a little shaking, other than this, you can go to and do Dance for Parkinson's. And then we are very fortunate that we now have speech therapists in all over the county. So every area is being touched by a speech therapist. And yes. And as you know, speech therapy is a very important part of Parkinson's disease because it's not just learning how to speak and enunciate your words and get your voice out there, but it's also swallowing. And we know that with Parkinson's disease, swallowing can be an issue. So they will teach you all of the ways to help yourself with swallowing. Everyone in this room should have a baseline swallow study done at some point. And because if there's ever issues, the doctors can go back and look at that initial swallow study and say, your swallowing has changed from here to there, and know how to treat you a lot better. So how do you get help? You get help by being diagnosed with Parkinson's. We know diagnosis is a challenge. We've known that a lot of people, it took 2 years, 3 years to get properly diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. You can go to a neurologist, but what's the best way to be diagnosed with Parkinson's disease? By going where? Okay. So you all know, and if you're in my groups or if you met me with anything, my whole big thing is we do not have a movement disorder doctor here in Brevard County. So what do we need, guys? Okay, let's not put any pressure on the doctors, huh? Yeah. So, that is one of the goals that I have before I decide to turn the reins of my job over to someone else in the Alliance. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen like next week or anything, but I'm retired, and I would like to continue being retired. So, Dr. Rodriguez, hurry up with the decisions, please. Okay. You can't prepare for the words when you see the doctor that you have Parkinson's disease. Everyone reacts differently, from confusion to relief. They have tons and tons of questions. That's where your healthcare team comes in handy. You need to build your healthcare team, and get a list of all the doctors that you see and reach out to your families, reach out to your friends. A lot of people are afraid to tell their friends, I have Parkinson's disease, because they're afraid that they're no longer going to want to go out with them. Especially if you do have tremors and it's difficult with you at mealtime. A lot of people feel like they're being a burden, because they need assistance with eating. But don't be. Don't ever be embarrassed by your diagnosis. It's an illness. It's not something you can really control, but it's something that you can try to get a handle of, and it's important to have people in the community to help you. So one of the best ways to get the help is to join a support group. We can meet here once a month if you'd like, if I can fill a room like this, not a problem. Talk to other people. Learn from others. Your care partners also need the support. There is in your folder, there is a list of all of the things, all the support groups that you can go to here in Brevard County. Use this list. There's also a care partner group just for the care partners that meets the second Saturday of the month in Cocoa. Take advantage of all of these things and go. I know there's a group of women in my support group that go there every month, and it's not a bitch session. It's just to know that my husband has Parkinson's, and this is what's going on with him. What can I do to help him? That's what the support group is all about. So make sure you get to one. Exercise. I can't stress exercise more than this, because it's exercise is the medicine for people with Parkinson's disease. You know what they say? If you don't move it, you lose it. We don't want you to lose it. We want you to keep going. We want you to be strong. So, work the motor skills and the non-motor skills, and go and get some exercise. And we're going to have some exercise up here in a little bit. Early exercise habits are essential to managing. How many of you actually like to get up in the morning and exercise? Well, Nicole, put your hands down, Yeah. Not many of us like to do it. Me, exercise is sweating, and girls don't sweat, okay? So, to me, it'd be hard to get up every day and go exercise. But if I really needed to, if I needed to exercise so I can get to the mall in the afternoon and do my shopping, you darn well know I'm going to get up and exercise that morning, okay? Because there's nothing better than going and spending money, especially if you have someone else's credit card. That's even better, okay? Healthy diets. Healthy diets are essential to Parkinson's disease. And, they've talked about the Mediterranean diet. They talk about the no-carb diet, but what you need to do is just figure out what's the right diet for you. Talk to your doctor about it. I've been trying to get a dietitian to come and talk. It's very hard to find a Parkinson's disease-related dietitian. If you know one, let me know so I can get him to speak to us. But, look into your diet. Eating donuts all morning is not going to help you. Not at all, even though we'd like to do that. Okay. So we talked about the resource there. The Parkinson's Alliance does have scholarships. There are flyers on our table. We offer scholarships for Rocksteady Boxing, for speech therapy, for Parkinson's wellness exercise classes. For those that can't afford it, we will offer you some assistance. Yeah, there's a flyer right back there. So if your insurance has a high copay, we can try to help you a little bit so you can get through all of this. We've helped a number of people with speech therapy lately, and so hopefully you'll use us for that. We don't have a lot of money, not a lot, unless Dr. Rodriguez moves here and we start doing a lot more fundraising together. But what we do have is for all of you. And that $25,000 that I won, is sitting there waiting to be used. So, help me spend the money. For those of you that are new to Parkinson's disease, the Alliance has put together a nice little bag. And this is great to take to the grocery store because, people are going to ask you questions like, what's the Parkinson's Alliance, okay? So this goes with me to Publix. So inside, we have a hospital safety kit. Now, this hospital safety kit, the Parkinson's Foundation used to offer this. They stopped offering it. So the Alliance has picked up their idea, and we're giving these away to people with Parkinson's. Inside, there is a medication box to put medication in. There's a booklet about going to the hospital. There are forms in here that you need to have your doctor sign to say that you have Parkinson's and you can do your own medication, or your loved one can do the medication. So, make sure you pick one of these up. We have them at our table. Again, this is, for people that have not been here before or are brand new to Parkinson's disease. Clinical trials. Now, I was surprised Dr. Rodriguez didn't talk more about the clinical trials, but they're coming. They're up and coming. Clinical trials are, you're not a guinea pig, but yeah, you are a guinea pig, right? So what they do is the new medication that has just come out on the market, the only way they could do that is with people trying it first. They have different phases of clinical trials, and then once it reaches the people phase, that's the only way they know if it works or not. So there is a lot of clinical trials out there. We will be having more information on them as they pop up, so you can check our website for that. And then, take part in it. Some of the clinical trials, they'll pay you to be in it. If they're in Orlando, they will pick you up. They will feed you. They'll treat you like kings and queens. So, if you can help with, getting a new medication out on the market, let's go for that. Okay. I have to change my thing. Okay. Legal paperwork. Legal paperwork includes your advance directives, your power of attorney for health cares, your living wills, all the papers that you need to do when you have a diagnosis. You don't want to be in a position that you can't make your needs known. Because if you are unable to speak for yourself and you don't have these documents, the doctors are going to do whatever, and then, everything that you have will go into probate. All of the advanced directives, it's actually a gift to your children if you do that ahead of time, because they don't have to make any decisions. It's all written down. Everything that you want, whether you want to have CPR, or whether you want to have a tube feeding, whatever you want is going to be in those directives. So please make sure that you get that done. And thank you, Father. Yeah, he's giving me my time. Make sure you get those advanced directives done. And if you have old ones, I think it was past 2017, am I right, Jackie? 2011? Okay. If you're older than 2011, you need to have them looked at again because the wordage has changed for the state of Florida. So make sure you keep that up. Plus, you might have an incident where someone can't be your advocate because, they're unable to do it at this point. All right. Make sure you talk to your doctors about do not resuscitates. I would love to have the conversation with you. It's what social workers do. So I'd love to talk with that. November is Caregiver Month. So I want to thank all of you caregivers for being here with your loved ones. The caregivers spend countless hours, and it's all free. So think about, maybe we need to do something special for caregivers in the month of November to show our appreciation, because you do hard work. It's not easy taking care of someone with an illness. So we thank you. We thank you a lot for that. Okay, I think, I'm just about done. So support, aren't you glad? I'll get my time, yeah. So support is available in many different forms. Find out what works best for you. There are a host of resources available. Keep your communication open and honest with your loved ones. Don't go to the doctor and come home and say, oh, the doctor says I'm just fine, when you're not. So be honest with them. Make sure you get on my email list for upcoming events. In our January 21st, we're going to have a lunch and learn with Sea Pines, and they're going to be coming out and talking to us about rehabilitation. We have recently hooked up with Sea Pines. They are probably the best rehab hospital here in Brevard County that deals with Parkinson's disease. They understand it. So see the BPA table for more information. Look at our website. We have a Facebook page. We're out there. You all, if you have my card, you can call me, you can email me, you can, whatever way you need to get in touch with me. But, use me. I'm free, so, except my husband, I tell him I'm not free. So, but that's it. Any questions? I can take my own questions since I'm up here. Any questions? No questions? You all know the answers? Yes. Is your email and stuff at your table? Yes, my card is up there. Okay. Yes, yeah. Anything else? No other questions? Well, I'll be around. Write questions down if you have them for me. If you need a specific need, let me know. I could have gone into all the home health agencies. I could have gone into the skilled nursing, the assisted livings, the independent. I could have done it all, but I'm only given 25 minutes. So.
And you're taking 30, so.
Oh. Okay. So now I can introduce the